prisoner hid himself inside a body bag, and the unsuspecting guards tossed it into the sea. That's how Edmund escaped from the prison and regained his freedom. His journey of revenge had begun. Edmund swam to shore and found a small farmhouse. He rummaged through an old wardrobe and changed out of his prison uniform. But when he glanced at his reflection in the mirror, he froze. His matted hair, his dirt-covered face, he barely recognized himself. It had been 15 years since he last saw his own reflection. He looked like a stranger. His first thought was to return home and find his father. But after asking around, he learned the devastating truth. His father had passed away 5 or 6 years ago and was buried at St. Augustine Church. Fighting back his grief, Edmund went to the church, where the priest led him to his father's grave. On the tombstone, it read that his father died in 1825. But right next to it, there was another grave that shocked Edmund even more. It had his own name on it, stating he had died 10 years before his father. Confusion consumed him. He was alive, so why did everyone believe he was dead? Someone must have orchestrated this. Edmund decided to visit his fiancée, Mercedes. But when he arrived at her home, he learned she had married someone else and moved to Paris long ago. Heartbroken and lost, Edmund wandered the streets, his mind racing with questions. Suddenly, he noticed a prisoner breaking free from his chains and attempting to escape. Guards chased him down and began beating him mercilessly. Edmund, disgusted by their brutality, leaped into action. He knocked the guards to the ground and freed the prisoner from his shackles. The two fled the scene together. The prisoner introduced himself as Jacopo and swore to follow Edmund as a loyal companion. They hid in a carriage and escaped the city. On the way, Jacopo revealed that he had a ship anchored at sea but didn't know how to sail it. Edmund's spirits lifted. Before prison, he had been a sea captain. Sailing was second nature to him. The carriage driver brought them to the shore, and the two men boarded the ship. But Edmund had a plan. He lied to Jacopo, saying a storm was coming and they needed to take shelter on the nearby island of Monte Cristo. In truth, Edmund was headed there for one reason: to find the treasure Father Faria had told him about in prison. The treasure was the key to changing his fate and carrying out his ultimate revenge.